very freaking annoying. They be trying to make stuff better and be making it worse. I think I need my... Be right back, y'all. I didn't think it was cold in here, but I guess it is. I guess it is. Woo. I guess it would be if you got your air on 67. I got my air on 67. Good morning, everybody. I want to make sure I got everything in here before I sit down, and I do. This, there, right here. Good morning. Oh, okay. Now, did y'all sleep good? Because I did. I put on some of my lavender cream, baby. And all I know is I woke up this morning, honey. It was good to me. I had some good sleep. Good morning. Y'all still don't got no power? Please tell me you have a generator. You using your Please tell me when I've been saying all this time, get a generator, you got one. French toast, eggs, and coffee. I'm buffering big time. Let me say something. Well, when you got 17,000 windows open, that might be a thing. Someone stole it? Jesus. Oh, yeah. I'm going out and come back in. Am I buffering over here too? We be talking too much stuff. Good morning, everybody.
As a correction for...
Good morning, Kiva. Who else over here that I ain't seen? Good morning, Tiff, Tracy. Is it T? Y, bro? Honey. Everybody. Good morning. I don't know why it's not letting me see the rest of y'all, but whatever. Let's see what's happening now. Good morning, Ayana. You had a good night. Good job. That makes me excited. Y'all know we used to be, when we first started this, we was all the way over there. I done made it to dang near out the door because of the ratio. Remember when the books was just like the shelf stopped right here, so I used to be over here all the time. Good morning. Yesterday was a freaky day for me. It was. It was weird. Very, very, very weird. Very weird. About to eat this butter fried steak, rice and beans and greens, mashed potatoes. I made that part. Come on in. Yeah, they playing. Come on, TikTok. Had a good night's sleep after I worked in your journal. Good job, you did your homework. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Who else did their homework? Hey, good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Who else did their homework? You at work. Good job. Anybody else do their homework? Did y'all journal last night? Did y'all make y'all list last night? Good morning, Q. Kiss the babies for me. Did y'all? Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm so proud. High five. You get a star on you paper, and you get a star on you paper. You was at the hospital all morning with my husband. I hope he feel better, sis. Definitely hope he feels better. You didn't do your homework, humble, huh? C minus. No, it was journal. You had to journal last night. You said you have to get caught up, Mr. Bill. Okay. So, love y'all. It's in the class. Go watch yesterday's class. That's it. Watch the end of yesterday's class, and you'll know. Just fast forward till about the last 15 minutes. There you go. Because I'm going to have to keep saying it. I'm trying to stay up on my CERCA schoolwork and my other schoolwork. Got 2 assignments, but I did a good job. This is the thing, family. Hopefully, since you've been here, you learned that a lot of the things that I be asking y'all to do, it don't come from me. You probably didn't see the value in me talking about going through and seeing how much money you spend on eat out food and this and that in the beginning of this, right? Y'all remember when I used to be on that, like, why is you spending this and that, add that up, go through, you remember? Y'all remember? Okay. How many of y'all realize y'all was blowing at least $200-$300 a month, if not more, on BS? Probably way more than that, because I know how y'all spend money, because I've been around y'all for 2.5 years. We just gonna lowball it. You said yes, I remember. Me definitely. Okay. Okay. I was spending $250 or more. But can you see the benefit in not doing that a year, 6 months, however long you've been here? Can you now, in whatever time that you've been here, see the benefit, good morning, in not doing that and what you've been able to amass without wasting the little bit that God gives us? So a lot of that stuff that we were purchasing prior to coming here wasn't really valuable. Yeah, it cost a lot, but it didn't really have no value in our life. But right at this moment, your sacrifice and you doing what you were supposed to do has put you in a better situation. And I'm very grateful for y'all. Even down to the journaling. Come on. Our lights were off 3 hours. AC was our only issue. Okay, well, you got to get the Arctic air. That little Arctic air. I burned mine out because I was using it in the winter, in the summer, and the fall. Instead of just for emergencies, they only $39 on Amazon. So I got one that'll be here Tuesday. Or sometime. But what's today? Sunday or something. Yes, I was still wasting, but learning it. Okay. Yeah, because this, I told y'all my ear is on 67, honey. I do it to myself. I'm going to eat all that chocolate. I'm going to be hot for 3 days. It's worth it every time. It made a big difference saving. I was able to get my stuff, not spending on unnecessary stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, everyone. I woke up feeling healthy and healed. Come on, that part. That part. That part. That part. That part. That part. Triple H. Okay? This is the thing, family. Okay? We never knew how valuable those things were going to be. Okay? We absolutely did not know how valuable that one bit of information was going to be. But I'm very grateful that y'all listened. I'm very grateful that you all decided to rearrange your life, okay? The name of this class is What is Already Planned for You, or What Was Already Planned for You. Okay? What was already planned for you, or what is already, I can't remember, just one of them. But the reason I say that is this. Each and every last one of us has a purpose on this planet. And the scripture talks about how when you change, everything around you really do change. God will put you in a situation to where you're outnumbered, Nobody believes you, whatever it is to change everybody around you. Okay? So I thought my divorce was unfortunate. I thought having to move and then my kids deciding not to stay here and, being in Indiana, and then my other two kids was on the West Coast. It was all kinds of stuff that was going on. And it didn't seem like blessings. None of it did at first. My biggest concern is 5/8 with the van while I'm out on the road. Okay, I see. It hits the fan, right? Well, God will make a way for you. Okay? He'll tell you what to do, I promise. So, you made me lose my train of thought. Thanks, Dad. I know you'll bring it back. With that, y'all, God is instructing us on what to do, and no matter how subtle it seems, it's changing the people around you. Okay? 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 I need y'all to get that. There are people around you that are different. To hear last night that she said, Toya said her and Chris went and skipped rocks with her crystals. And we went through all of the anonymouses that we are here. God allowed all of that to happen before all of this chaos. Could you imagine if he came back and you were still living how you was living? You would be so preoccupied with what you wanted that you couldn't even see what's happening. No, thank you. You hear me? You wouldn't be able to see. You wouldn't be like everybody else anywhere. It's always flooding. It's always an earthquake. They always talking about food is whatever. But you have gradually had your spiritual eyes open so you can see, wait a minute, that ain't right. How many of you feel like, y'all know, they live right now? When you look at a sign, when you look at the magazine somebody else is reading, how many of you feel like the character and they live right now? Huh? You, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can anybody tell me when that movie came out? What year? Oh, y'all. I'm going to have to go see a masseuse. I don't want to because I don't like people touching me. Because you never know what people do with their hands. But I might have to go see a masseuse, y'all, because this back. 1988. Ooh, I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old. Damn. Ooh, I was only 8. Oh. That's when Whitney Houston was the thing, baby. We was walking around. My mama used to braid my hair and leave it out. Oh, they doing that right now. My auntie, not my mama. My auntie would braid my hair and leave the rest out and dip it in some rods, baby. And we used to wear them big old bows like they wearing right now. Oh, okay. Big, bright, neon colored everything with the stockings and the socks on top of that. Baby, it was good. That was a good time. Food was real. You said you were 4. Hilarious. It was little whittle. I was already getting ready to jump off the porch. I had about 4 more years. And then I was about to be out in the world and in the way, honey. You were 17. Yeah, food was real back then. That's when you could get 4 loaves of bread for $1. And they was this long. Y'all remember? You could get 4 loaves of bread for $1. And they was this long. They could feed like 10 kids. Y'all remember? 4 loaves of, I'm talking about full long, extra long loaves of bread, sandwich bread for $1. Sure wasn't nothing but about 75 cents for a couple pounds, baby. Definitely wasn't no $2 and $3. In 88, you had 3 kids. In 88, my mama had 4. Yeah, real everything. That's when we walked down the street, it was peach trees. We used to get whoopings for getting people plums off their trees. Like, fruit really did grow like in Africa, where it was you walk and somebody got an apple tree in their yard, somebody got a cherry tree, a peach tree, and this and that on every, like, you could walk and it'll be mulberries and blackberries, all kinds of stuff. And we used to go on the highway and on people back and pick the honeysuckle and eat it. It used to be so good. You could eat the little yellow. I don't never see them flowers. I don't never see them flowers, but we used to eat them. The little yellow flowers, they were sour. Y'all remember that? I was just talking to my brother about the fruit trees around town. I'm trying to tell you. We used to get whoopings for going in people's yard and getting their fruit out their tree. Yeah. I'm talking about till I was at least 11. Yeah, we used to pick berries and come on, fingers black, being picked a whole, folks get tore up. Trying to tell you, climbing people trees and getting their stuff. And did. And we wasn't stealing because it was everywhere. Hell, it's hanging over in the street, lady. You ain't coming out here. These peaches is dropping on the ground. We about to get all of that. Ain't even wash them off good. We might run them up. Well, see, my mama didn't play that. But we'll go up in somebody's yard and use their water hose to wash them. Or go to the schoolyard playground and wash them because they had a water hose thing out there. And did. Yeah. Listen. My dad's grandma had a grapevine in her yard. My mom's mom had an apricot tree. Right, girl, yeah. Listen, my grandmother just passed away. Listen, I told y'all we used to get whoopings for getting her cherry tree. Then she moved to another part of the town, and my granddad built her the trellis thing, but it was all over they back, like, so, like a porch, screened in porch, but it wasn't screened in. It was just the great. It covered her whole thing. She had a peach tree, a plum tree, baby. Listen, and kept a cherry tree because she was gonna make. Listen, yeah, pecan, all of that. Walnut trees. I used to hate smelling them walnuts. When they was green, that smell used to be so freaking pungent. Y'all remember when the walnuts just used to be all on the side of the road and stuff? Ooh, I did not like the smell of walnuts. You could smell it in the bark and everything. It smelled like something. I like walnuts. I just didn't like the smell of them when they was dropping. And then they'll be riding, they start turning brown. Ooh, I didn't even want that on my shoes when I was little, honey. I did not even want that mess on my shoes. No. I was just saying honeysuckle and lilac and peonies. The smell. Listen. Go outside and hear catching lightning bugs. I don't see them no more. We used to be taking the tails off and sticking them on our fingers, sticking them on, running in the dark, playing glow in the dark kids. I mean, we'll catch them in a thing and poke the holes in there, and they be lighting up in the jars and stuff. I don't never see no lightning bugs. I don't never see them. They deep in the woods. Yeah, we used to make earrings and rings and everything and be running around with that dang bug juice all on us. No. They have a lot in Michigan. I might have to take my grandbabies up there. Y'all need to move to the country. I do. I'm in the country. My male cousins would do earrings too. Yeah. Everybody had some jewelry on, nigga. We running in the dark playing hide and go seek, nigga. I was just telling my daughter I haven't seen any lightning bugs this summer. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what happened to the world, but in 20 years, it is drastically different. Because my kids caught lightning bugs, and my son is 27, so 30 years almost. I seen 2 lightning bugs in my life. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we definitely know the world is different now. For those of you that have the book of Josephus, if you can read it online, if you can, wherever you got it, okay? Listen, now if it don't read the same, I don't know what to tell you, okay? I'm just going to read what I have. And we going to go into some other stuff, okay? Y'all got your coffee, you got your juice, you got your smoothie and your protein shake, you got your water, you got your tea. You're going to need all of it. Go ahead and get your stuff. Everybody's still getting their computers set up, so go ahead and get whatever snacks you need. I'm the kind of teacher that don't want to hear your paper rattling, but you can eat as long as you ain't disturbing nobody. Okay? That's what kind of teacher I am. Listen, if you have to have, don't forget the medicine. And not everybody, right? Don't forget your medicine. I love this school. For those of you that don't know me, let me introduce myself. They call me C. No, let me say. Ooh. Listen here. They call me. Let me stop. Okay, so look, I'm CERCA TROVA. That means seek and you shall find spiritual light. That's what, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you too young. Sorry. You listen. This means seek and you shall find spiritual light. That's what my name means here, Dean. I'm the Dean. Ooh. Listen. We have a good time over here. We do. We do. Listen. Hey family, finally home with my books and notepad so I can actually follow along. Hey Maury! Auntie didn't play no game. I went in there and put my stuff on and went to sleep. I need to know your hours of operation, because I'll be calling you at the wrong time to figure out this stuff. But yeah, I already had mine this morning. All of it. Moving on. Y'all know I can't get on here. I think it's the pesticides. I've lived in my house about 8 years and asked hubby not to treat the lawn, and we had blackberries come in this year. It's the pesticides. And they only planting male trees. You said what? Yeah. Yep. All right. So did you guys get your Josephus? Did you get it online? Who ordered another little cheap tablet? If you're new here, go on and spend a little, I don't know what they cost, $50. Hell, you can get one of those 10-inch kid tablets if you have to, an Android. You ain't got to have nothing spectacular. Long as it run and look up stuff, I'm going to need you to go on and get that, because you're going to need it. You're going to need 2 devices most times when you're over here if you want to stay in class and be able to research, unless you got the dual thing and it'll let you do that. But other than that, okay, I'm going to need you to have 2 devices. That's going to be your school thing. And then those of you that are requesting Old Testament Pseudepigraphus, honeys, and sirs, you all have got to send your address. Okay? Because most times, I'm not going to call you back and ask you for your address. Email you back, because that'd be a way for people to, okay, and cannot. No. Your name, your correct address, your correct zip code, and if you have a building code, you need to put it in there. I'm not coming to visit you, I promise. But you need to put it in there, because we don't like to waste money. And sometimes, and some of our things have been set out dang near on the street for anybody to take, because you all don't put your number for the Amazon person to get in. So sometimes that's just a loss of money, and $48, $50 might not seem like a lot to you, but it can help somebody in another place. No, thank you. I don't let people in my life. So with that, I wonder, I say that in a polite way, don't I? Right? No, thank you, and no, thank you. I don't let people in my life. That's a polite way to say no, thank you. Right? Okay. I just be wanting to make sure. Because I be thinking, do people come in your live and then request, or do they just see you live? Right? Do they just see you live? Because I be trying to figure out if you came in my live and you see me teaching and you still think you should interrupt my class for me to talk to you. So do they have to come in your class to request to be in your live? Help me understand real quick. Oh, so they be in here. Yeah. No, thank you. Oh, okay. So you got to come in my live, see that I'm talking, and then request to interrupt me so I can talk to you? Oh, hell no. That's why I be saying it like that. See, I didn't even know. Right. That's real bold. Interrupt what you talking about so I can talk. No. I knew it was something where I felt some type of way about that. I didn't know, but I've been feeling like, yeah, you ain't got no damn manners. I don't know you. I mean, that's crazy. See, I be trying to understand the internet etiquette, and I felt like it was rude for people to do it. I don't let nobody in my life. But I could be in the middle of something very important and folks say, no. See, I didn't know if they just saw the button and then they could just request to go in, but they be in here and request. Got it. Now I understand. You said you too funny. You said, oh, hell no. Right. I didn't know that they was out. I thought they would be outside and just didn't know, but I didn't. So you got to be in here. Oh, okay, that's different. You real rude. That's real rude. I learn something new every day. So if you have this book, I don't know if it's going to be on the same page. I'm going to tell you what page this is on, and then you can look for the heading. If you have a different version, a different whatever, it might be on a different page. If you have a different version of Josephus, I don't know how to tell you how to find it. But we just going to read this, okay? Y'all got me? Okay? Y'all hear me? Is y'all ready for class? Yeah. Are y'all ready? Okay. 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 Because I'm like, wait a minute now. Hold on. So maybe if you pick this stuff up and move it out of the way, CERCA, so that you're not tripping over it. Oh, it just seems so much stuff in here. Good morning. All right, so this is gonna be, because we was gonna go one place, but then I was like, Dad, where you want me to read it? He told me the page, so I went, and then it was good, and then I didn't even realize that I time and dated when I read it. It was in 2018, which is really crazy, right? And then that's the first time I read it, so we're gonna read it again. Are you guys ready? I think we might have read this one time before. So, get ready. So we going to page 77. That's what it is in my book. And it's chapter 9. So I don't know what it looks like in your book. Okay? Or if you're reading online, I don't know. But it's chapter 9, and it says concerning the afflictions. That's the heading in here. concerning the afflictions. But I don't know what it's going to be. Remember I said, I don't know how you're going to find it. I don't know. Good morning. You know what I realized? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all be trying to take shots at me when y'all be saying I be chopping y'all in y'all throat? I be wanting to know. Are those shots at me, or cause y'all be making them people seem like I abuse y'all, and I had to tell my kids and my cousin, I'm gonna need y'all to not do that. I am not abusive, okay? You said I sit and take it. Hilarious. Okay. 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 Nope, I be oh, okay. Thank you, cause I be having to watch. No, it's your message hits the top. I get it. Not the side eye from Mari. So you do tell people I'm abusive. You do? Okay. Not shy to just let you know about our lumps and bruises. Oh, okay. I just be wanting to know because my daughter again talked to me about the disclaimer she has to give people. And she says, my mom has no filter. I said, but I do. I mean, you did say God beat you up. And you, yeah. Well, I should have rephrased. I'm going to recant that statement. And so what I'm going to say is I don't beat up on you. I'm training you all. This is boot camp. And sometimes boot camp people got to get in your face and do all that. That's why I didn't go on ahead and be honest. The Lord can work with you when you're honest. You know what, Mari? He said, go on and be honest. The Lord can work with you when you're honest. Well, look here. It's called tough love. It's called, I told y'all was in boot camp. Sarge love you. Sarge love the cadets or whatever y'all call. I love you, but I got to train you. Okay? I got to train you. You hear me? I got to train you. So, look at y'all strong and stuff. You got muscles in places you didn't even know you had muscles. If you weren't keeping it real, that's why I'm here and talk the deal with the emotions later. So y'all be over here because we don't do no fake stuff. And we gonna deal with the ugly. Right on. Power to the people. All of them. You said hands-on training. You know what? Good morning, Dave. Petty. It's like the boxing ring. Cause we getting ready for, what is it called? What is it called? Cage fighting. It used to be called cage fighting. What is it called now? UFC? Cross training. We have to cross train you for the UFC. Is it UFC? I'm gonna stay out of this one. Is it the UFC? I just say my little sis off the hook only sometimes. Hilarious. Okay, so I'm training y'all for the UFC. It's all knuckles, elbows, and knees. You hear me? This about to be the fight of your life. Bite, scratch, claw, whatever you can do. You don't feel like you're fighting for your soul right now? The devil be tempting you with every single thing you said you didn't want no more. Listen. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I'm trying to tell you. You said biter, too, if you can get away with it. That's what I just said. You got to bite, fight, scratch. You're rude. You're being real rude. I'm talking. I knew I was feeling that I could say something else. Now I know what it is. It's rude. I knew it. I didn't know why I was so irritated about it, but I knew it. All right. Y'all hear my stomach? You said that face. I love it here because wow, that's rude. Why would you see me talking? I'm supposed to stop talking because so you could talk? I'm teaching a class here. That's rude. I don't care what TikTok say ain't rude. Use the sense your mama gave you. Don't do that. Right. Like Mortal Kombat. That part. Moving on. One thing you're going to learn here is some manners. And self-accountability. We hand all of that out all day, every day. You can get as much of it as you like. Now, are we ready? Y'all got to the place? You hear me? No. No. Okay, so I don't... We in Josephus? And I don't know. The version I'm reading is William Whiston, y'all. You hear me? I need y'all to focus. Focus. If you don't want to be in this class or you don't got the book of Josephus, I need y'all to focus. Okay? Or if you want to just listen, do that. Because we about to start reading. Okay. Here we go. Now it happened that the Egyptians grew delicate and lazy as to painstaking and gave themselves up to other pleasures. Interesting. And in particular, to the love of gain. Please tell me what the definition of gain is. Please tell me what is the definition of gain? To obtain or secure. To obtain or secure. Interesting. Interesting. Here we go. It says, they also became very ill affected towards the Hebrews, as touched with envy at their prosperity. Now, let me ask you a question. Why are you envious of a person that is in a worse situation than you? I'm going to ask again. Why are you envious of a person that's in a worse situation? And you say, I ain't envious of nobody. Well, if you always talking about what a person don't have and why they not and all of this, there's something that they do have that you don't want people to pay attention to. And that one thing is what you're envious of. Or two, or three. You see a young lady and you know the life she used to live and she got married and you was not all out there like that and she got a family and you don't. It's a whole bunch of things that you will sit and say. to the point where you'll be trying to throw roadblocks in a person's way because you're really more envious than them. Excuse me, you're envious of them even though they have less than you. They might be able to smile through a crazy situation. They might be able to endure a lot of stuff that you're not. And you'll talk about them, but in all reality, you're envious. You're envious that that person that has less than you, with all that you already have afforded yourself or whatever, can still be happy and still be have prosperity come into their life when you don't think they should when you don't think that they should they deserve it. The Egyptians had everything at their disposal, and they became envious of the people that were lower, their slaves, their employees. Interesting. For what? Mm. Mm. So what does that person or group of people have that you don't, that you want to try to make it very, very, very hard for them to succeed? Moving on. Interesting. We can see you. Right? All right. Oh, I don't need these when I got this. Here we go. It says, for when they saw how the nation of the Israelites flourished and were become eminent already in plenty of wealth, which they had acquired by their virtue and natural love of labor. So hold on. So the Egyptians was lazy. And who remembers me talking about being of service and being served, and the culture with that, and the whole thing surrounding the being served culture, and how the people that are being served is always nasty and thinking they can talk to anybody any kind of way? But you're so high and mighty, why do you need to treat the people under you bad? You hear me? Because really, in your heart, you envious of them for some reason. The person you might think they're prettier than you, or you might have saw your dude looking at them right, too long, or whatever it is. It's something in you that makes you treat the person that has less than you, or is at a disadvantage, worse. But then you'll treat people that you feel like have more than you better. Because you don't want them to treat you how you treat people that have less than you. Now, let me tell you why I said that. Because at this time, the Egyptians felt like they were gods. They felt like, because they did. They had a rule over a lot. That's cool. Okay. But guess what? You over them, but God is over you. So if they never are able to retaliate or pay you back for the things that you do to them, all the hair on my legs is standing up. I just want y'all to know that God sees. And sometimes he'll let you dig a hole for yourself when you're in management, when you're in a position of power, when you're in whatever, to show what he needs to give you to eat. You get me? What you gonna feed somebody else, you gonna eat a double portion of it. However hard you make somebody else's life, your life will be twice as hard. So what the Egyptians didn't know, and what they was gonna soon find out is, oh baby, just because they down don't mean they out. Be careful of how you treat people when they are in their worst season. I know there's some people right now that wish they wouldn't have treated me the way that they did and did the things and said the things and treated my kids. It's some people, a lot of them, that wish they wouldn't have did what they did. You hear me? I know this for a fact. Because some of them didn't try to come back and I say, I accept your apology. You still can't be in my life. And I forgive you, but you don't ever get to walk through not no door that I'll be in. You don't get to call my phone. You don't get to do nothing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I forgive you, and I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. But what you don't get to do is sit in the same space as me no more. And that's not because of this. That's because way before this, you probably wasn't doing what you were supposed to do as my friend or whatever. No. Yeah, and don't nobody want no crazy stuff. Uh-oh, not that my battery is dying. Oh, it ain't. I was doing it wrong. Okay, here we go. All right. It says they thought their increase was to their own detriment, and having in length of time forgotten the benefits they had received from Joseph. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Joseph brought Egypt blessings. He brought them fame, wisdom, food, basically saved all of Egypt, because Egypt would have been wiped out in the famine. Where was Joseph at? Where was Joseph? For a little bit, but where was he at? Where did he live? In Egypt. So now, years later, the Egyptians is trying to withhold blessings and prosperity from the same type of people that helped them get to where they at. Because if it wasn't for the Israelites or the Hebrews, the Egyptians, if it wasn't for Joseph, they would have been wiped out. They would have, all of them would have died off in starvation. But now Joseph's people are here in your land, and you done got mad that you already overworking them, beating them, all kind of crazy stuff. You hear me? You understand? You didn't. If it wasn't for a Hebrew, everybody in Egypt would have been dead, and the surrounding provinces. But now, all these years later, y'all done got lazy. Y'all don't understand that God made them strong in work and gave them the ability to do all these things, because God gonna bless wherever his kids is. Ooh. 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 Because it don't matter how crazy this situation that I go into, I promise you, however it is when I get there, it don't be like that when I leave. I'm going to say it again. God will put his people in the midst, outnumbered, alone, whatever, because he about to show how big he is. Yeah. You understand? They needed to be outnumbered. They needed to be all of these things so God could come back and say, my turn. You hear me? My turn. My turn. He let them think that they was getting away with everything. He let them think that he didn't see. Because sometimes when people hide things, they do a lot behind closed doors, and when they think they getting away. This is how addictions start. This is how affairs start. This is how what theft and everything. Oh, I stole this one little thing. I got away with it. Boom. So now I'm about to get something else. Boom. 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 I'm about to get something else. And before you know it, you went from stealing a pack of gum to now you running up out of stores or online or got a PPP loan. All kinds of stuff. You hear me? Interesting. So y'all got everything. Y'all got servants, land, animals, the rule, and now you're still mad about a people that are barely, they shouldn't be prospering, but they are. You mad about it. Interesting. No matter what you do to try to oppress these people, they set the trends. They build all the machines. They make whatever was there better in every freaking situation that they come into. I think I know some people like that. And there's some folks that keep their eyes on them. And always worried about what they doing, even though they don't be worried. I'm sorry. They be working and just being better and being better. You hear me? We is not worried about what nobody else is doing. We just worried about what we doing over here. Interesting. So then that means there's nothing new under the sun still. The oppressors are envious of the people they oppress. Interesting. You got all the money, all the businesses, then all the stolen land you could hold. You've put every rule in there so that we can't get patents and copyrights, and you still mad? So then we get out and invent something and do our own thing, and then another group of people go and steal it and try to make billions of dollars off of it. We can't have nothing. Interesting. The Hebrews couldn't have nothing. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I got carried away there for a moment. The Hebrews couldn't have nothing. They was making inventions and building stuff, and people just kept taking their things, honey. Interesting. Looks like history just keep repeating itself, I think. We all think it was a nice gesture, but ooh, doggy. Moving on. We all think. Listen here. Moving on up to the east side. I finally got a piece of the pie. Moving on up. Let me quit, y'all. I'm having a good day. I had some good sleep. Y'all see the difference? Ooh-wee. Come on in. Come on in. Get your book and your pen. You hear me? Listen here. All right, moving on. Okay. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. It says, and they had forgotten the benefits they had received from Joseph, particularly the crown being now come into another family. Okay. What does that mean? Oh, excuse me. What does that mean? The crown. When did the 12 tribes mix with the Egyptians? What marriage that we know of, just one that we've studied? When did the Hebrew and Egyptian line mix? Can y'all tell me? I'm going to give y'all a hint. Joseph's marriage, when he married the girl that had her whole room and floor, you rude, whole room and floor, The laws and everything was this. Now, there could have been some before, but the most famous that we know of is this one. Right? So that is how the crown you hear me? You hear me? Right? So when Joseph married an Egyptian princess, he was royalty in spirit. She was royalty in the flesh. Interesting. There was a physical light that shone from him in some kind of way. Interesting. Okay. He became royalty because of his, what he did there. But in all reality, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Joseph, and all of them, okay, was on his head. The anointing was on him. Why would God let somebody like Joseph marry an Egyptian princess who used to be an idol worshiper and do magic? Why would he do that? Why would he do it? Who remembers what we read about Solomon yesterday? Come on, to change the people back to worshiping God. Come on. Come on. The political marriage to spread his glory. Come on. So we've seen this somewhere else in the Bible where God allowed a marriage because he was going to use the resources of what that place had for his glory and for his people. You remember he said, I'm going to give you vineyards you didn't have to plant and homes you didn't have to build. Y'all remember? Original Game of Thrones. Yeah. Israel was beautiful. Egypt. They had everything. Electricity, magic, all kinds of stuff. And God put his holy man at the top of that several times. Don't forget Moses. And a few others. So, God would always move his person right next to the head person. Y'all don't think that's a coinky dink? And then they had them love them so much that they dang near trusted them above their own family members. I don't know. There's so many situations, even in the Roman empires and other empires, where God took a Hebrew or Israelite person, and because they were honest and loyal and stood 10 toes down on what they believed, they became more trustworthy than the people that was around the king or the queen that might not have even been their kinsmen or their race or nationality or whatever, because they knew that they people was dirty. Did you get what I said? If you have been the law for me, you have been the law against me. Did you hear what I said? If you will go along with my lie, you will go along with somebody else's lie against me. So I can't trust you because you will lie for me. If you lie for me, you'll lie on me. And this is why I don't do liars. Tell me the truth. If you help me cheat, you will cheat with my person. Tell me that ain't been a thing. Ethics is real. Girl, I got you. Don't worry. I'll cover for you. She know where you at. And she better call your nigga. And just run into him because you didn't already told her where he going. Oh, try see, this is why you just got to keep it all to yourself. Oh. Come on. Come on. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Ain't no honor among. Come on. You said it. I'm trying to get you. So maybe that's why God always has somebody that was one of his people, because these people didn't trust their sons, they didn't trust their daughters, they didn't trust their wives, they didn't trust their homeboys, they didn't trust their hand, they didn't trust nobody. The people that was on their council, they didn't trust nobody. And God always seemed to put one of his special people, whether it be a prophet or whoever it is, right next to the king. You hear me? It's a real thing. So when people used to tell me, oh, I don't steal from people, I steal from the store, I promise y'all, I used to say, well, I plan on having a business one day. And so then that's a corporation. So you going to steal from me? What is you talking about? That's a corporation and somebody started that business. It don't matter if they got 1,000 stores. Somebody worked hard to get that corporation up and running, and you feel like because they got insurance, you could just take what you want. That's not okay. You are not supposed to intentionally cause lack or loss to anyone. But you always talk about how somebody did you wrong and they didn't pay you your money, or they didn't do this or they didn't do that. What are you taking that don't belong to you? Don't nobody owe you nothing. Not even that. Oh, I done spent plenty of money in here. So you use plenty of electricity too, but you be wanting to some help on your bills. Did nobody stay in there with you? You did that to your damn self. So why you going down to the people and asking for help? They feel like they didn't give you a whole bunch of electricity. So should they just come in here and start taking your stuff when you can't pay your bill? Like, oh, we didn't gave you too much electricity. You don't need this. You don't need all these TVs. Matter of fact, let us. Really? Should they? Hilarious. You hear me? Should they? Since you just feel like you can, and you just feel like you entitled to because you want it, what if the things that you did for other people were immediately done to you? Not no waiting in the same moment. It was turned right back around to you. Would you still do everything that you do? Listen. Would you? Would you still be so abrasive? Would you still have a I don't care attitude? No, my feelings would be hurt. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna go use the bathroom on that note. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let y'all let that simmer a little bit. I want you to think about that. Because it means something. And if you feel away, that means something you doing, you already know it's something. What's here? What y'all come up with? What y'all come up is y'all over there writing something down on your paper? You should have came up with something to write down on your paper. Because if you don't want nobody doing it to you, then that's what you need to quit doing. You hear me? Yes. Y'all hear me? Wake up, nigga. Just had to repent because I made somebody feel bad this morning. Ooh, I be on your top, don't I? Hello. So y'all, the Lord. Ooh, was dang it, I can't think of the song. Wake up, niggas. Okay. Moving on. Here we go. All right. It says they became very abusive to the Israelites and contrived. What is the definition of contrived? I must say I've changed a lot, but I have a lot of work to do. Leave me alone. Hilarious. What is the definition of contrived? Please tell me. Having an unnatural or false appearance or quality? Huh? Contrived? Having an unnatural or false appearance? to come up with. It also says artificial. Deliberately created rather than arising naturally or spontaneously. It's artificial, it's planned. Oh, created rather than happening naturally. Like our food? Our food is not cultivated anymore, it's contrived and it's artificial. Looks like real fruit, don't taste like real fruit, exploded like real fruit doesn't. It shrivels and dries up. You mean like harp and cloud seeding and chemicals in our water to make certain things grow that wouldn't have been there naturally? Interesting. Okay. So there were people Marion, did you help in Texas? We help people every day and we choose what we're going to do and what we're not going to do, but most of our people are ready. And you decided that that would be a question to ask when I'm in here talking about what I'm talking about? We help communities every day. Okay. I might need some more medicine. This is the thing. I want to say this. I've been talking to people for almost 1,000 days. Come February or something, I've been telling people all of this stuff is coming. Folks been spending their money on what they want to spend their money on. They not listening. It's a gazillion people on the internet talking about survival stuff. I know for a fact that for 2 years it's been running rampant on every social media that there is. Ain't not one of us not seen something for some emergency light bulbs, an emergency generator, some food, nothing. God is warning folks. If they choose, they will get their stuff together. Do you understand? It's a real thing. Folks gonna keep getting caught off guard because they don't want to hear nothing when they turning up. They don't want to stop their lifestyle and how they eating and stuff. We helping folks that's doing what they supposed to do. And I said that even with our survival stuff. We not just handing it out to people. It's like, oh, I ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna wait. No. I want to see what survival stuff you already got, and then we gonna add to that because people want to spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. Folks was just turning up down in Houston, honey. I watched the internet. It's very excessive and very extravagant. So it's crazy that they stun on people and tell them how they hair ain't this and how you ain't doing it big like Texas. But everybody messed up right now. So Texas big don't teach y'all. Y'all said this ain't y'all first hurricane. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying. We all been seeing what's been going down in Texas, honey. Texas has been the hot spot for a good 1.5 to 2 years. Just like Florida was. Everybody was running down to Florida, and then all of the air, come on now. You gonna use wisdom over here. God's been sending warnings. People are not listening. That is not our problem. Because I know my face done ran through Texas, baby. I know it do. This I know for sure. It's done ran through a lot of places. And not only me, but God has used the things that God used me to bring to the internet. Everybody talking about it. So you can't even say, oh, I didn't know, or I didn't think. Like, it's a real thing. I get up here every day and talk about disaster is coming. You need this, you need that, you need this. And people come over here, steal my content, and go say it like the Lord told them. Amen. Right. If the pandemic didn't teach them and you still getting caught off guard, you ain't listening at all. Hell. For real, right. I'm not saying to you, I'm saying this to other people too, because people will come in here after being here a whole year and say, I don't have it. You ain't rearranged your finances. Because when I come into a person's life, and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, when a true prophet comes around you, your life should change if you're listening, and it don't take a long time. It be immediate. Is there anybody in here that can type immediate? If your life changed immediately after coming to this place, please type immediately. Sometimes the same day, sometimes the same week, sometimes the same month, baby, but it changed. Your way of thinking changed. Your way of spending changed. The way that you treat people changed. The way you treat your family, like, it's a real thing. I'm going to give me a bullhorn. I've been saying, I'm going to go and I'm about to, and don't nobody give me one. I'm getting me a bullhorn today. Y'all said Home Depot? Where can I go get a bullhorn at? Walmart. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one. You hear me, Keish? I'm going to give me a bullhorn because I'm tired. I be feeling like I be having to yell. I ain't doing it no more. I better give me a bullhorn. And y'all can feel like I'm being mean. Y'all can feel like I'm being nasty. I don't care, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I have given a love of service. I have a labor of love. I've done it. And if you've been here under the sound of my voice for longer than 6 months and you didn't take it seriously, that don't. Ain't nobody about to walk you through this. I give it to y'all hard and raw because that's how it's bad. Y'all not telling me that the people down in Texas and wherever else up in South Dakota wasn't getting it hard and real. Is it not hard and real right now? Every single thing that we have talked about for year in and year out for almost 3 years, baby, every single week, every single day, is happening. And your lack of emergency does not make an emergency on our part. We help literally every day. Every day, our community is helping somebody. Every single, even on the days I'm not on here. Just because y'all don't see me that don't mean Cash App don't. That don't mean it don't matter. I'm still working. I'm still returning emails. I'm still sending out books every day. Around the world. But if God puts something on my heart to do it, we do it. I talked to an 80-year-old woman yesterday, and she still didn't have no power. I feel so bad for her. This is the thing, though, y'all. Your failure to plan doesn't listen. Y'all mean to tell me God ain't talking to everybody? Someone said I would have survived better with you around. I moved out of Houston June 1st. Listen. I've been here for 2 years and I'm in Houston and I was prepared because of you. Come on, Tiff. Not because of me. Not because of me. God could have used anybody. It's just who was going to be available to be pelted with vegetables and talk crazy to and call a false prophet and not go crazy. Y'all understand how strong my mind has had to have been to do this for 2 years when nothing was happening yet? To keep saying it over and over, whether the people believe me or not. Don't forget, they got a shadow ban. It used to be 17,000 people, literally 17K in our class. People used to be talking straight crazy. In real life, the laborers are few. I was getting it from the Israelites, the Muslims, the Christians, the fake Christians, the apostolic, Pentecostal, Catholic. Baby, they was coming over here from everywhere. And let's not forget the high priestess and stuff was coming for me. I was fighting literally all of the religions. Everybody was coming in here telling me I was crazy. Everybody. Hey, Pumpkin. I didn't put in my work. And what I mean by that is we've established a system and it works. God established it for us. And for that, when he tell me to move, I do. Witches and Christians was on the same side to attack CERCA. And what? Listen. I used to be like, this is crazy. I'm just trying to help people, Dad. Listen. I used to be in here fighting for my life. Like, what? I'm trying to tell you, like, okay, well, let me bust your head open. Snatch. How about this? Oh, now you want to be, yes, you can come to our school. And yes, we'll send you some books for free. You don't even got to pay for them. No, we're not going to build your whole library. We're sending you 2 books. You will have to do the rest after that. What you mean? But there are millions of people around the world, whether they got it from me or they got it from someone that comes in this class and then uses my material for their own. You ready? What's the difference? Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on. Okay. I'm about to run this. It's so perfect. I'm about to run this right here. You just hold on a minute. Come in. Why are you not taking me there? Go. Boom. It says, the women sang, Saul has unalived his thousands, but David has unalived tens of thousands. So we gonna switch that a little bit. My grandma probably did about 50,000 in her career as a minister. But God allowed me to do a couple hundred millions. Actually, more than that. We gonna move on though. Because right when we got to about 1 billion hashtags, they took that and changed the system. But we gonna just say. We do, Marv, but I'm not talking about no home remedies right now. We talking about something else. I need y'all to stay on cue. It doesn't make me happy that when I'm talking about something that y'all you guys stay where we at. It's all of that on TikTok. You ain't gotta. That's all information you can find out on Google. Now, moving on. Okay. Okay, well, we gotta, let me show you, Marv. I love everybody. Thank you, Angel. So this is our class rules. Please screenshot this. And I'm not trying to be funny, but this way I don't be fussing. Just take a screenshot. Take a gander at that. See, so it says right here, like you gotta just listen when you come into class. Like read the room. Love y'all. Okay? And I don't be trying to be rude, but it to me sometimes it be rude that a person expects me to stop mid-sentence and talk about a subject that I'm not talking about. Love y'all. Okay, moving on. Y'all ready? Moving on. So, like I was saying, God can use you to do massive things, and it doesn't matter who all is against you. Who all is against you, and who all don't believe in what you're saying. If God called you to do it, it's going to manifest. And you won't be the only person to benefit from it. You hear me? One of the things that y'all gotta realize is I really do have the Holy Ghost, whether people believe it or not. It's not the fake one. And so understand that God be telling me what be behind a lot of this. People's comments, the things that they do. If a person feel like you getting too big or you saying too much, they'll try to throw you off your cue. I deal with people. You understand? So where another person might just see it as whatever, that be a F what you talking about type deal. Do you understand? And I'm realizing, like, it just be crazy, some of the stuff that people do. You cannot come into another person's space and try to make it about you. It's rude when you have the same whatever. You hear me? You got the same ability to do what I get up here and do every day. And I just don't understand if people don't understand that when you study people, you understand that's ugly. Because if I was in a regular place, because I look at this like a real classroom. So if I was up in speaking like a professor or whatever, would you just come in and be like, hey, teach, blah, 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 blah? She called me on my anniversary and tried to stay on the phone for hours. Listen. That, Riz. Remember I told you about that? Because they don't want... Well, this is literally what we talking about today. Let's get back to it. Come on. That's literally what we talking about today. People be crazy and they don't think you can really see their intentions. But when you connect to God, he let you see all kind of stuff. You hear me? Like... There's no way that I could have made it out of a lot of situations that I made it out of. That's why I peeped it and said, whoop, teacher told me about this. Girl, that's on your forehead. You get a star on your paper. Come on. Listen, honey, I have learned and see what people thought, oh, she always know I'm peeping everything you doing. Everything. Because folks that think they slick think people can't see them. But when you learn character and you understand envy and jealousy and all of those other things, then you see what's going on. We talking about it right here. The Egyptians was envious because the Israelites had favor. You don't need no money when you got favor, baby. I don't need no cash if I got favor, baby. Because cash run out, favor don't. You cannot repo my favor. Interesting, but they can repo everything you bought with that cash. Oh, the wisdom that God has given me, you can't repo it. You can't charge me for it because he didn't. So it don't matter if you don't like it. If I sat down and put in the work, it don't matter. Y'all gonna be mad like the people that the jobs I got, and they knew I didn't have no education, but I went in there and wowed the socks of the president, and that nigga didn't want to hire me. He wanted to give me $50,000 to do a purchase order in China. You mean like that? Huh? You won't pay me $12.50 cent an hour, but you want to send me your money through me over to China for $50,000 for a purchase order. Sound good to me? And this is when I really didn't even understand business the way that I do now. Favor ain't fair, but it sure do feel good. People look behind me, want to talk crazy. You don't know. I prayed a prayer to have a beautiful library a long time ago, and then had a few and had to leave them. You just seeing a little bit, but if I had every single book that I've had since I was even 15, they would not fit in here. This room wouldn't be big enough to hold them all at one time. I promise you. I've seen favor in every single place that I've gone. It don't matter, even in the jail, even in the hood, even in the trap house, even in the shake 'em up, even in the, no matter what place I've been to, God has shown me favor. I don't have to take the view off of nobody else or talk about, I don't got to do that. All I got to do is go and do where he tell me to go, and I'm going to get what I need. I ain't trying to stop nobody from getting theirs. Now, you can't make it off of mine, because I work for this. I'm able to get up here and go subject to subject, scripture to scripture, book to book, science book to history book, to whatever, because I put in the time. Not in no school, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent, pay my lights, where God told me, stay off. I'm going to pay your bills. Well, do you know how much my bills is a month? And you said, sit down here and read and study. He said, do you trust me? So not only do I get to teach in subjects, I get to teach in faith. I get to teach in sewing. I get to teach in, I know this is how it used to be, but it ain't going to be like that no more if you do this right here, and it ain't all that they told you it was going to be. Because I put in the time, I had to go through it first in order to tell people. That's what kills me about people trying to come say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But you ain't put in the time. I'm not trying to steal nobody else shine, babe. I'm just doing what God told me to do. And if you don't like it, I don't care. If it intimidates you, oh well. Because you don't know the tears I cried. You don't know the things I've had to go through to get the wisdom that God has given me. You don't know the things that was prophesied in my life. So if you don't like it over here, just don't come. If you're offended by a woman teaching and God being able to use a woman, you damn sure don't need to be over here, because he gonna use me and I'm gonna let him. I'll let everybody else do it. Don't be mad at me because you keep getting used by the wrong people. Hell. Get you some Jesus. He'll use you right, baby. Make you feel real good. But what you don't get to do is kill somebody else, whatever, because you feel a type of way. Come on. It's crazy. I labored on the floor. And if you from the old church, you know what that means. Snotting, tears. My kids can tell you that one of their favorite sounds when they was growing up is waking up to get ready for school, and they hear their mama in the room praying in tongues. Interceding for people. This is what they woke up to. They would have to put their ears. Sometimes it would be silent, sometimes it would be loud. But I remember my children telling us, "Oh no, Mom, don't worry about it. We like to hear that. We already know God done told you something." I put my time in. And I've written things to prove it. So it don't matter if you don't like it. It don't matter if you feel intimidated. It don't matter, because what God gave me, I won't give it back. And ain't. And if you don't like it, you need to talk to him about what he's trying to give you. Warfare and intercession with the side. No, honey, the tears will come first. That's what the warfare. Come on, nephew. Like, there's plenty of nights I didn't sleep because I was up praying for people that I didn't even know. Hell, it could have been all of y'all. Because I literally used to pray for the whole world for years. Like, God, send this around the whole world and back to me. God, send this, blah, 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 blah. Praying for children that's being abused. Like, you don't know the work that I put in. So, you hear me? Makes me angry. If you don't want to put the time in, don't try to interrupt somebody else just because you won't want to put the time in. Go look for yourself. Seek and you shall find. True. Come in here trying to throw somebody off their square. It's crazy that people do that. And it happens every day. And that's why we had to get a whole shirt. Because folks be whole grown, and you're not going to go in your office and do that. You're not going to go in church. You dang sure ain't going to do it to your grandma or nobody. So please don't do it to me either. It's crazy. Moving on. I can see. Not just with these eyes. I got another set too. They got one. I got 4. God gives me double for mine. See, they got this. I don't want that. I need 2 right here. Because with this, your peripheral is kind of, you can't really see all the way. But see, God double what you get. So I got 2 spiritual eyes, not 1. Thank you. Listen. That part. God double with, I got 4. 4 in them. You know what I'm saying? And I can see on both sides. Thank you, Dad. It's crazy. We'll be crazy. Moving on. Y'all ready? This thing is dying quickly, too. I need to charge it. Fine. Here we go. Which way is off? Oh, got it. I'm gonna have to charge this. I ain't charged it since the last time. All right. All right. It says, for they enjoined them to cut a great number. Oh, wait a minute. And contrive many ways of afflicting them. For they enjoined them to cut a great number of channels for the river, and to build walls for their cities, and ramparts, that they might restrain the river and hinder its waters from stagnating. Upon its running over its own banks, they set them also to build pyramids. Can somebody tell me when Josephus lived? Can y'all tell me when Josephus lived, please? So you're just not gonna charge or what? I don't know if it's charging or not. We gonna see. No, we gonna see. When did Josephus live? Born in 37 AD. So what is that? 4 years after Jesus died? He was born 4 years after Jesus died. Because Jesus died in 33 AD, right? So the man that wrote this book that we're reading was born 3 to 4 years after Jesus died. So do you think the Jewish history was fresh by the time he was 12? It was still, I mean, we can all remember 9/11, and it was over 20 years ago. I mean, what, 23 years ago? Right? And some people still remember it like it was yesterday. And people can tell the story like it was yesterday, right? They can tell you what they was doing, probably where they was working, how old they was, what they did right after. So that means that by the time Josephus was 12 or 13, which is around the time that they took them to the monastery, but sometimes earlier, to start learning. They went to school and they learned the laws and the rules. And when I was 12, Michael Jackson. Right. So with that, Josephus was born 4 years after Jesus died. And then he wrote a lot of the history of the Jews, the antiquities of the Jews, the histories of the wars and this and that. So even if when he was 30, it had only been like 26 years. I mean, I'm sorry, not 26. When he was basically right at about 30 years that Jesus was gone. So the man that was born 4 years after Jesus died said that the Israelites did help with building the pyramids. So I got a question for y'all crazy folks. Why is y'all letting people tell y'all that they wasn't there before now and that they made them? When even in Japan, when they said they went out into all the world, you find pyramids over there under the mountains, and in Peru and everywhere else. Why is y'all letting these people out of y'all and tell y'all that them things ain't real? This man lived 4 years after Jesus, way before your intranet. 4 years after Jesus died, and he said, oh no, the Israelites did. Yep, they was working them like slaves. Make that make sense to me, how they not real right now. videos, right? Y'all seen the videos? Y'all seen the videos where they talking about they fake. They show you the picture of the people stacking the things up on the what you call them, the scaffolds. Y'all didn't seen them. Excuse me. So if they made them in 1920 or whatever they trying to sell you, how did Josephus say in 37 AD or 38 AD that they was already built? Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if y'all be seeing what I be seeing. When did they tell y'all the light bulb was built? And when what was the AD time? I mean BC time when you can see the what's the bulb called? I always forget. The dendrian whatever bulb. What is it called? I can't remember. The Egyptian light bulb is called the what? They told us 1879. And then when did the Egyptians have electricity? And when the dendra bulb or whatever it's called? What it was called? The big light bulb that took up the whole room, and they had battery acid or vinegar and the dendera bulb. Thank you. And when was that invented? When did they say the dendera bulb was in use? Something BCE? Oh, 2750 BC. So the light bulb bigger than our room was invented in 2750 BC. Can you tell me a Hebrew that was in the Bible that was born in 2750 or alive in 2750? Anybody in the Hebrew Israelite line or Ishmael's line? This, if you got a study Bible, he's mentioned in your study Bible. This is where you get your Bible from. He the one that did the histories of the Jews. King James had this too. Yeah. And all the knowledge that I got, my dad led me to it. All of it. Tell me, was Jacob, who was living in 2750 BC? If you got your big green book, you can go up. We ain't doing no probably, girl. Come on, Deja. It says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were living in 2750. You looked it up? So you was right. So there was light bulbs when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The dendera bulb, the light bulb, this, thank you, Deja, was alive, working and well, when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was running around. Now, don't they make you think that they was living a primitive life? Anytime, have you ever seen a light bulb when they do the Bible on the internet? They always had a lantern or a candle or some kind of torch. These niggas had whole electricity, whole glass light bulbs. So who lying? Did you think that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob knew what a light bulb was? So when I said that Solomon gave his girl a yacht and a plane, everybody called me crazy. But we seen it. And that's funny because Dendera Temple of Hathor is in Kena, Egypt. There's a Dendera casino. Oh, really? Let me see this. What? Y'all, this is a Dendera Zodiac game. That's crazy. I've never seen this, but I feel like I've seen. Y'all, this is what's in our kit. This is what's in the dentist's office. Y'all, this is what the kids play with in the dentist's office. And they used to give them to us in the birthday party packs. Dang near ping pong ball. Pinball. Oh my God. Maybe that's why pinball machines were so popular. It's the Planko game. Or whatever you call that on what's the name where it be bouncing around and going down over here. Oh my God. You said what, Jace? Yes, my dad loved this. Into Plinko, whatever. Get that. That's crazy. Okay, so look. I love this class. We just gonna get down through there. So, give me 1 second. So that is the light bulb that was around when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were around. And you see the big people and you see the little people. For those of you that didn't go look it up. You see it? So in Egypt, when Abraham and Pharaoh and them was around, they did not have them big, they had real light bulbs. Interesting. And 2750. And they keep talking to us about some hunter-gatherers. They told us the light bulb was invented in 1879. Interesting. So when the Bible, when it say they flew, and I told y'all that they really did have helicopters and everything already, And I said, now when you go back and you read the Bible and it said they flew or they were taken up in a dust cloud, I said that was a helicopter or a plane. Y'all believe me now? They was just, yeah, they was on flying carpets, but they wasn't just on flying carpets. They was on flying carpets, but they had planes. They're on the freaking hieroglyphs. The Argonauts, all of these people, they had floating ships in the air, airships. What is Boeing called? Airbus. They ain't changed the name of them yet. They didn't just have flying carpets. They had flying machines. They had floating luxury palaces. Right. Right. Yeah. 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 So now when you go back and thank you, when you go back and you read the Bible, when it says they went up in a dust cloud, you think that was like some Dorothy stuff, or you think they was in a machine? When it said they took flights, or they flew, or the Spirit picked them up. Now, do I believe that can happen? Yes. But do y'all think they might have edited that out so that we didn't know that it was already? We know some of the people flew on their own because they had wings. And they'll tell us no, but then what's the superhero with the wings, with the angel wings? Spirit Airlines. Not Thor. It's on like, is it Hawk Girl? Archangel. It's a few of them on X-Men. Oh, okay. So they told us that archangels can walk around and look just like us. Again, they're telling us exactly what the Bible says, that you never know when you entertain an angel. Who remembers how quickly Michael was able to get out of Abraham's presence and go up to heaven and come right back, and he just thought he went outside and took a pee? Y'all remember reading when Abraham was about to be out of here and Michael came to visit him and Isaac was there? Y'all remember? See, they had us thinking that he was out in a tent. Do y'all think with electricity that Abraham was alive when it was? Do this make you want to rethink the Bible or what? Not rethinking as in it's wrong. Go back and read it again so that you can understand the technology that they already had when they said the tops of pyramids were landing pads. And people say, oh, no, they were. Didn't they show us in all of the things that in our boats, something can come up out of the hull of the ship or whatever you want to call that and go up into the air? Don't they can open the floor on the top of the dang boat and a big gun can come up out of there if they want to and close back around it? Or some kind of flying thing or whatever can come out of the hull of the boat or whatever it is. Hell, we got big buses that carry other planes on the inside of them, don't we? Big Airbus things or whatever that can carry another plane. It can fly into that one, don't we? Planes that fly other planes, smaller planes. So if there there's nothing new under the sun, and we go watch something like the Argonauts and see that they have a floating ship, and then a thing opens and all of these little guys in some kind of flying device go shooting out of the sides, do we think that's real? Because they had electricity in 2750. Not just electricity, they had real light bulbs. So isn't the mirror that we use now the same as their internet? That means they had some type of internet too, didn't it? Hell, they showed us that in Avatar, didn't it? That you can connect to something and it'll connect you to everything around the world. You can know what's going on somewhere else. But if I say, hey Siri, now she ain't connected on it. This one I don't think, or it's dead. Hey Siri. So it's one of these. Oh, there you go. You see it? Mirror on the wall. To whom? What would you like to see? God made a lot of the Israelites or the Hebrew or the people that ended up being the line of the Hebrews inventors. Y'all remember? And some of them had like 900 years to live. You're gonna create some stuff in 900 years, 700 years, 500 years to make your life easier. There was all these inventions have already been here. So when we go and reread about they couldn't figure out how they could get these big blocks moved. They already had electricity that we they understood levitation and all of these other things, gravity and gravitational pull. They understood everybody for the most part, not just the really smart folks. Because a smart society is better for everybody. It's just going to be more and more productive. They did. Who's tripping a little bit now? Because when you go back, where's Abraham first mentioned in the Bible? Tell me real quick. I gotta run to the bathroom again. Sorry, y'all. Where's Abraham first mentioned in the Bible? When's the first time Abraham is mentioned? Tell me. In Genesis? Which makes a lot of sense for how Egyptian, Babylon, Mesopotamia got developed so fast. Okay. Genesis 11 and 26. What's it say about Abraham in Genesis 11 and 26? Is that just the lineage part of it? And who his son was? Because I don't remember. Does it just start to talk about his life, or is it just mentioning him in the lineup? It mentions him as in the lineage. Okay. 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 So with that, thank you. Because y'all know I be in read his stories in 1,000 places. Is 126. Interesting. So look at this. Og and Abraham had issues, didn't they? And then we found out that what Og and Moses had issues too. forgot what I asked y'all. Good job. You good. I love you still. I love you. Okay. So so if we know that there was a bulb in the time, electricity in the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then we know that Og and his giant buddies and friends and cousins and whatnot, um, were the sons of these people. As to why, when I showed you that in there above, there's a real big person. There's always these really big people and then little people underneath there, right? If you go back and you read through Genesis, or you read through Exodus, or in any of those first few books, Judges and all of that, when God talks about the wickedness, okay, that was on the earth, and the darkness that was on the earth. Now that we know that they had the internet or the dark web in their own way through their scrying mirrors, the same way we have them, does it make you think about what was actually going on in that time? Does it make you look at what exactly was they doing as to why they were so evil? The guy went on and he was get rid of everybody, or he's gonna do it again, should I say? If there's nothing new under the sun, that means the dark web was here. The regular internet was here. We already know it was planes. We already know it was electricity. So we'll say, oh, it probably was better back in them days, but was it? It was actually the exact same. CERN. Well, we know they had portals. They showed us in every cartoon that they had portals, didn't they? Every cartoon, the wizard would go with his staff and go into his lair and stand in front of something, and all of a sudden you see this. Or waters. He'll say some kind of incantation or something, and then maybe even do this, and a portal open up, he step through and get somewhere else. We know Merlin had that ability. When was King Arthur living? What did they say? When would have been about the time of King Arthur? When did King Arthur live? Or however they say that, it's based on somebody. But did he live during the time? So that means David and them had electricity too, right? And light bulbs. And flying devices. Solomon them. The Lord of the Rings. Right? Mm-hmm. When does it say that King Arthur and them supposedly lived? Or Merlin? The 5th or 6th century. Who lived in the Bible or in the 5th or 6th century? I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Tell me who lived in the Bible at the same time as Merlin. we got? Tiv, y'all, you still in class? $537 AD. I meant to ask you too. When you said pride go up before a fall, who was you talking to? I forgot to get back to you because I saw you make that comment. What was you talking about when you said pride go before a fall? 1135 BCE. Nebuchadnezzar was? I need to get some more creamer. Mary in Romans. That was in reference to me. Oh, got it. Okay. I didn't know because I saw it and I meant to get back to you. Okay. The thing is, y'all, there are some people that teach. I want to say this too. There are some people that teach because they want people to think they're smart. I don't care if people think I'm smart or not. Just don't try to insult my intelligence. You hear me? But people also think that just because these books are behind me, that's all that I have is book knowledge. And my spiritual knowledge came before the book knowledge came. I had to learn to hear the voice of God. I want to say this because it goes along with a lot of what we're talking about. I got you. Right? I didn't get the book knowledge until after I got the spiritual knowledge. Do you hear me? He had to train me to listen to his voice. He had to train me to understand when he was directing me, which is why I ask y'all to journal all the time, so that you can go back and see that you didn't even know God was putting certain things in your mind that was about to come up, or you was thinking about something. So sometimes it do rub me the wrong way, and sometimes I do get a little fired up because people assume by what they assume by what they see, or they judge by what they see. Or it be their first time meeting me or listening to me, and because I don't sound like the normal, it offends them for some reason, which I don't understand why. You hear me? Because even if it was something like when I listen to people that talk about worshiping the devil, well, I'm not going to worship the devil, but I do want to understand why you do. I ask people all the time, well, what you get out of it? Well, what happened to you? I talk to a lot of different people. You hear me? And so my wisdom just doesn't come from the internet. My wisdom just doesn't come from the books. It comes from life experience and being around people, and God teaching me about people's intentions and showing me their hidden thoughts and all of these different things. You hear me? Because that is a well-rounded experience with God. He created the physical, but he created us as spiritual beings first. This is why before we hear what you say, you have to think it. Can't nobody see it enough. So when the Bible talks about the minds of the people being wicked and then their actions were wicked, it's a thing. He talks about his people perish for the lack of knowledge. Seems as soon as class gets good, we have folks trying to get on the live and disrupt class. Yeah, the spirit of disruption is real. It's a real thing. But guess what? I'm going to show y'all something. This is why for about 10 or 12 years, he made me wear these all day, every day, even while I was asleep. In all my pictures with my kids, you'll see I had some headphones hanging around my neck. behind my ears. I always had headphones on in real life. Okay? The crazy thing is this. You'll want to get to the same point to where you hear God. Because the people that God used, if they didn't listen, if their spirits weren't sensitive to listen to what it was that God was saying, they wouldn't have been able to lead the people. They wouldn't have been able to help them to understand why God didn't want, it's more than just getting up in front of people and talking. It's more. You have got to study because you are responsible for the souls that you teach the wrong things. And remember, I asked y'all a question about people being influencers, and I said, but what are you influencing people to do? Everybody can influence somebody, but is you influencing them to do good things? Are you influencing them to change their life for the better so that the generations after them live better? Like, what are you influencing people to do? And we know money is going away, so it's okay for the whole money thing, but what else you got after that? Because the house can burn down, the car can blow up, the clothes can go away. So what else? Are they going to feel devastated after you told them that this is, What about the ugly times when it ain't clapping and jumping and big hats and suits and big knots and all of that? What about when they don't understand why their wife or husband don't want them or why their kid is going in this way? Like, what about that stuff? What about when they don't want to breathe no more? What about that? How do they, And so this is why rushing through the Bible and not even looking into things like envy, jealousy, or whatever it is. It take us a long time to get through our classes, and we do a lot of off-wall stuff because everybody don't need the same thing always. It's somebody in here that just came in here and they going through a lot, but guess what? It could be one thing of me getting off cue for just 2 minutes. When you said about having your headphones on, it triggered a memory of when I used to do it. And all I listened to was intense worship music, and it made me extremely sensitive to the presence, and it was intense. Come on, Mari. That. I literally lived in two worlds, like I still do. But it was crazy. Exactly what you said. I was always writing. I was always like it. I'm just trying to tell you. So back even to what we get ready to go back through real quick. God knew the intent of the Egyptians, and they felt like because they had a physical power, their spiritual power didn't matter. But the favor that was on the Hebrews' lives when they was in there, God let them grow and abound, and no matter how much the Egyptians tried to keep from them, God kept blessing them right in their face. No matter how much they talked about how they wasn't nothing, they kept on coming up. No matter how many rules they imposed on them, they kept growing and doing better. It didn't do nothing but make them stronger and wiser. Why you didn't grown lazy and what did it say? Delicate. Because it's crazy that church folks can't take much of nothing. But they dish out a whole lot of stuff. But hit them where it hurts. Baby, hit dogs be hollering. Ain't got no strength to go through nothing. Interesting. Oh, I couldn't live like that, right? Because you ain't strong enough. Your faith ain't strong enough to believe that God can protect you while you're sleeping on the street or in your car or don't have no job or no money. Not my problem. Your faith ain't that strong. Get you some. Oh, I couldn't live like that. I know you don't got enough faith to. You don't got enough courage. I get it. I understand. You're not making me feel bad by telling me I'm stronger than you. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Really. And maybe spiritually. What you see is a weakness God has made into a strength. Believe it. Moving on. That part. Left the army with no place to live and not knowing where I was going. God sure did provide, and did, baby girl, and will every time. Oh, this ain't charging my stuff. Darn it. Okay, so let's see what he did for our homeboys, the Hebrews. Let's look. Y'all ready? Now, we about to see how this is gonna go without my glasses. So there are people that keep trying to be very abusive to you and contrive many ways of afflicting you. Can you tell me the definition of afflicting or affliction? What's the definition of afflicting or affliction? What is it? What is it? Tell me what's sorry. Listen, it's a whole bunch of music in my head every day. Thank you, Dad. He keep a song in my heart. What is it? I done turned into the teacher that can't never find her glasses. Something that causes pain or suffering, a cause of persistent pain or distress. So there are people around you that are by this let's go back over here. So people that are envious of you try to make your job hard, is what you just told me? What, did you just read that with your own? So people that are envious of you try to make your life hard. Really? Did you know that? Anybody in your life be trying to make your life hard? Now you know why. You want me to be in pain. Baby daddies, baby mamas, ex-wives and husbands, mamas and daughters, fathers and sons. Come on. Siblings, your boss. Don't feel bad anymore. Now you know what the problem is. You don't even got to say nothing. Tell me the word ain't medicine. You be broke down in your closet trying to figure out why this person keep trying to throw stumbling blocks and make you look bad. And the whole time, that's envy. The Lord should look, and that's why God be blessing you in their face. Ooh, hallelujah. Salvation and glory, honor and power to the Lord our God. What? He is great. Thank you for telling me that the people that intentionally try to make my life hard are actually envious of me. Who would have ever thought? You ain't never had that moment where you can't understand why a person keep trying to keep you down or don't want to see you succeed, and you're like, what's wrong with you? You said your brother every day. Hurt you to your heart, don't it? But look at God. He said, they mad because of the favor I've given you. What? 77. Don't ask the question why no more. Now you know, and you don't even gotta tell them. Just know that. See, that be the tickle on the inside of you when you go on and study the Bible like you need to. Gotta tell you what that person's intentions is. You said this lesson was for me. Listen, it's a real thing. Hey, hey, sis. Hello, hello. You hear me? So with that, now we know that people that are envious of you purposely try to make you fail or make your life hard. That's crazy. Yes, auntie, it's right here on page 77. It says so right here. Now it happened that the Egyptians grew delicate and lazy. And gave themselves up to other pleasures. They was too busy to be doing all that. And they was trying to run the bag up, chasing the bag. And then it says they also became ill-affected towards the Hebrews and touched with envy at their prosperity, even though they had everything in excess, and it was in abundance. And they were excessively indulgent in everything that they did. But you mad at somebody that got less than you, or you're envious, so you try to make their life hard. They said right here that they gave them great afflictions and put a lot of pain and stuff on them, made them work harder. There's some baby mamas and baby daddies out here that do that, and we talked about it. Oh, I wish I would let him go over there and be happy. Why? Because you miserable. Oh, bro, ain't no other nigga gonna be raising my kids, but you don't never go get them. So everybody's supposed to just be missing out because you raggedy. Really. Instead of you going over there and having a man-to-man with whoever she went, look, my son or daughters is gonna be here with you. These are the things I expect out of them. These are the things I expect out of you. We ain't got no beef, we ain't got no problems, but understand. That's me right there. And I'm going to protect me with my life. If you ever have a problem out of them, here's my number. You call me. Not saying you can't reprimand them because you're taking care of them, but understand we need to have an agreement as a co-parenting situation that we are all the parents. I expect my kids to treat you with respect. And I expect you to treat my children with respect. There's no ill will here. I do not understand why people try to make their baby mama and baby daddy new person upset when they gonna have your kid. That is crazy as hell to me. I have never understood that in my whole life. Yeah. Come on. Envy basic. And I love you, man. What? Hallelujah. Salvation and glory. Honor and power to the Lord our God. He is great. The Lord our God is magnificent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. Moving on. All right, here we go. They stay bitter. Yeah, and it's crazy to me because it makes you said, I love this class. I love you too. We love you, girl. Listen, it's a real classroom over here. You never know what you're going to get. It's not scripted at all. Ever. There's no retakes, no editing, no nothing. It's raw and uncut. This is the real reality TV show. Mm-hmm. Am I hitting you in the throat, fun guy, or what's going on over there? You getting punched on a little bit, or what? Just a little bit? Did I pinch you under your arm? Because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Did you not know you were envious of some people and you didn't even realize that you be treating them bad and didn't know they got something you want? I'm trying to see. It's okay. This is where you have self-realization over here. I'm saying, you say we all need help. And we was talking about being envious and treating people bad. And so then I was just trying to figure out why you was typing it. And you said then all humans have lust and this and that, and I don't know. I'm not getting the answers is all. We know we all sin, but are you staying with the class or okay. Moving on. Because you said we all sin, but we know, but we not talking about we all. We talking about right now the people that was envious of the other people. Okay, all right. Have I ever blocked you, fun guy? Or are you new here? Have you been here before? Are you new? I just need to know if you new or not. Because some people come back under different names. New here. Oh, okay. All right. So you can get a pass. All right. Moving on. Okay. So here we go. It says, and by all this, wore them out. So people that are envious you try to wear you down. Anybody ever been in an abusive relationship in any way? Anybody. It don't have to be physically, mentally, anybody. Do they not try to break you down? By leaving you stressed out. Remember I told you I couldn't go to my ex-husband for nothing? And then he starts sounding like E.K. and Chris. Talking about my baby, my wife that had her ring now. It's my time to shine. He'll tell me how stupid everything I said was and then take it outside and get on the porch with his homeboys and use the whole conversation we just had. Because he was envious because people used to knock on the door for his wife and not him, and he the man of the house with no knowledge. The kids used to call his phone and say, where mom at? His children by someone else in the middle of the night. I need to talk to mom. He'd be like, what's going on? No, put mom on the phone. Is she up? Well, she is now because I heard the phone ringing. What's going on, baby? And then I get up, so I say, call me on my phone because I go to sleep and turns my stuff on silent. And the hood niggas, hey, bro, can I talk to your wife real quick? The kids, is Miss Titi here? We got a problem at the park. My mama locked out and I'm hungry. Can we give her some clothes because she don't have no clothes? Can you help me because I don't want to be here no more? And if somebody can't... Yes. You got a few minutes? Not really. Oh, okay, so can I talk to you about something? Because, see, this is what I said not really. Hold on, cousin. I'm going to call you back. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let me call you back. What's going on? Huh? This man will start walking and talking, and people will just start walking off. Or they'll just sit there confused and be shaking their head like, do he even know what he's saying? Or you ready to go up there and lay down or what? Ain't you gotta get up and go to work in the morning. Y'all can come back once he go to sleep. And right after the unscheduled appointment would be a hiatus. They used to bring the meds. Listen, they came bearing gifts every time. Do you understand? I already know what you need, so don't worry about it. I went and picked this up for you on my way over here. You need some coffee? I grabbed you some coffee too. I know you like the French vanilla creamer, so I went ahead and got you 2 cups. Basically saying it's about to be a while. I plan on taking up a good 2 hours of your time, so I came bearing gifts. Here you go. In real life. I'm like, man, I thought I was going to have a day off today, guys. Said, well, you thought wrong. Go ahead. I said, can you give me a few minutes? Let me get myself together. Sure. I'll be out here. Ooh, Jesus. Listen. Listen. It used to be back to back to back. Like somebody will leave my house, then the phone ring. Then somebody will see me talking to somebody on the porch and just come up and be on the porch. And before you know it, it's 7 people out here. Well, this ain't what I came out here for. I was only supposed to be out here for 7 minutes helping you with whatever this problem is. How did this turn into a group event? You said because they not getting it at church. Listen. Most of these people probably wouldn't step near a church, but they'll come up. You gonna do Bible study today? No, I'm not. I didn't have any intentions on doing that. I know, right? 6 or 7 minutes, right? That's all I got. But they don't care. You want us to go pick the girls up for you? We can go grab them. You want me to take you up there to go grab? No, I already had some other stuff. Don't worry about it. I can ride with you. Or matter of fact, y'all could just, you want me to take you? Because, I'm enjoying this conversation. Well, really, I didn't. Really, I thought you was going to leave when I said I had something to do. Oh. Listen. You did that to me since I've been giving. What? I did what? You said take a number. That part, all my time. But listen, it's a real thing. But I'm grateful for it. You know what I mean? Because I've been able to help so many people. God has used me to, do so many different things. And I wouldn't want another job. I can't lie, Ari. If I lie and say I'm not there, listen, that stuff, I just gotta do it. It's okay though. It don't make me sad because I can say I lived a full life because of it. Got a lot of experiences, but I wouldn't have had those experiences if I didn't have trouble in my own life or whatever. Like I've lived a full life. And that's why I can be happy, even though I done had some horrible, unspeakable things happen. I'm still okay. As a matter of fact, I'll be like, dang, that's crazy, ain't it? Me and you, we done been through some things now. We done been through some things. But you brought me out every time. And I'm grateful for that, baby. Because the people that spoke death over my life and spoke despair and she ain't going to have nothing and she ain't never going to be nothing. And honey, no matter how many things I had already done, is cheating. Well, this the last time. Oh, what you think them kind of things just gonna keep on happening to you? It keeps happening for me. You said let me give you. You said what? Hold on, let me see what it said right here. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know what's about to go on. You gonna work? Is you gonna connect? Probably not. This thing don't do nothing. I don't know what it be connecting to in here. It don't work. It worked, but it be connected to whatever device. So I should have brought my girl in here. She gonna do what she do. But we just gonna put y'all on pause real quick. You can't try to tell me to belittle myself. You can't. You can't. It keep on happening. This ain't the first time. You hear me? God keep on blessing my family. He keep on blessing me, blessing my body, blessing my finances, blessing my future. You just mad. Get you some. That's what I'm gonna say. When we read this, right here we go. It said, they also became very ill affected towards the Hebrews and as touched with envy at their prosperity. For when they they saw how the nation of the Israelites flourished and were become eminent already in plenty of wealth, which they had acquired by their virtue and natural love of labor. We don't mind working. Like I said, and people thought I was being boastful, I said I put in my work. So with me putting in my work with my studies and understanding the spirit, it has brought a certain thing to my life. Even before TikTok and YouTube. And there are people that have more than me. I told y'all this in my family and everything. And they mad about what's going on with me. So much so that they try to, deter people from listening or whatever else it is. And it's like, you got what you want and you've been doing you for all this time. Why is you worried about what I'm doing over here? You've been big balling and been whatever else was going on. I'm still living my same life, the life I lived before TikTok and YouTube. Ain't nothing changed in my life. I'm still doing the same thing every day. Get up, wash myself, get me some coffee, study the Bible with people, go to bed. Literally. But there will be people in your life that have more than you, they whatever it is, and they still gonna be mad at you. It's trying to stop your money, trying to stop your this, trying to stop your that, or steal your ideas and use them for their own, and they ain't put in no work. Or let's not forget, try to be you. Let's not forget that. Put that at the top of the list. Weirdos. Right. All right, here we go. So people that are envious of you, they are always trying to make your life hard. Okay? So we're going to skip down to... just go down to, I don't know, I guess this is section 2 is how that's working. So it says, while the affairs of the Hebrews were in this condition, a particular occasion offered itself to the Egyptians, which made them more solicitous for the extinction of our nation. Now look at how crazy that sounds. Y'all then became lazy, right? And now you want to unalive the people that built your city, country, roads, railroads, buildings, farms, plantations. Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Really? Really? Okay. Who are very sagacious in few, I'm sorry, no, wait a minute. Okay, I'll skip down. Why in the affairs of the Hebrews were in this condition of particular, okay, which made them more solicitous for the extinction of our nation. One of those sacred scribes, who are very sagacious in foretelling future events, truly told the king that about this time there would be a child. There would a child be born to the Israelites, who, if he were reared, would bring the Egyptian dominion low, and would raise the Israelites, that he would excel all men in virtue and obtain a glory that would be remembered through all ages. So y'all trying to think of a plan of how to exterminate some people. Okay? And God then had they savior born in your house that's going to overtake you and save them. And he gonna be fed in your house and petty of all pettiness. That is the highest level of petty I know. You said you're gonna unalive them. Okay, I'm gonna make you feed. Yes, I'm gonna make you feed the person that is gonna overthrow you. You said God'll make your enemies your footstool, make them take real good care of you. Huh? It don't matter how disadvantaged you look. Understand that God will make your enemies give you all their secrets, and they don't even know that you their enemy. Or y'all fighting on opposite sides. Yeah. Tell me that's not crazy. Hello? The very person that's going to rock your... God make you feed them, give them all the best of your... Here, you can have this Dolce & Gabbana bag and these shoes. And don't know I'm coming for you. I just don't even know I'm coming for you. God ain't told me that I'm going to be coming for you just yet. But I guess I've been feeling and seeing some stuff around here that I don't really like. He said, you going to hurt my people? Okay, I'm going to make you take care of them. Real good. How about that? And then when they leave, since you thought you was just going to be unaliving people, you going to give them all your stuff. Because see, what you don't know is, while they was in your land, I allowed you to be blessed and grow big, but you got prideful. And you didn't even know that all that money in there wasn't for you. It was for my babies. Interesting. Interesting. God allowed the Egyptians to amass all this wealth and all of this knowledge to turn around and have to give it to the Israelites when they left, the Hebrews when they left. Ooh, we. Who got less and you didn't have to give me all your stuff? Sounds good to me. Great plan. Thanks, Mike. Great plan. So while you think you balling in somebody's face, trying to poop on somebody and fertilize, you just don't even know that because they in your life, you're getting blessed because you're gonna have to cough that up. Come on with that, bro. That's man's. That's sneezy. Give me on and give me that. Did you feeling what I'm picking up but putting down? You didn't put it in your basket. They only blessed because you over there. And what they think they flashing in your face, God done already made it yours. Oh. They went into Egypt with nothing. They came out with everything. Gold, silver, cows, chariots, books, education, as far as they degrees, cause they made them work, and so then they was able to go and get the business experience. So now, no matter where they go, that knowledge is with them. So it don't matter if they on the other side of the Red Sea or in China, Japan, or if they make it to India. Every single thing that they learned in Egypt, they get to take with them. You hear me? What did you lose if you went in with nothing and you came out with everything? For free. You might have had to go through some ugly stuff, but what did you learn? Your knowledge didn't have to stay in Egypt. Your experience didn't have to stay in that old marriage or relationship or house or car or job. And it can be used in other places, not only in Egypt. Not only in your first marriage, not only in your first friendship, not only in your first business. Not the stuff that I learned from starting my company however many years ago, I use it right now. Page 77. You hear me? You hear me? The knowledge that God gave me 15 years ago is helping people today. It's also helping me. But you know what it is to my enemies? A sour taste in their mouth. Because they told me God wasn't going to do this. God wasn't using me. God was not going to take me to the masses. Well, if you so blessed, why you going through all this stupid stuff and this and that? And I don't see that you blessed. It don't matter what you see. You don't have to see me as a blessing. Somebody do. You don't have to think I live a blessed life. That don't mean I don't. You said that someone is me. Listen. It's a real thing. You hear me? You don't have to. You don't have to believe nothing. It's okay. That don't mean it ain't happening. Just like I kept telling folks, look at all this going on in our life. Okay? Well, God said it's happening. And guess what? You all are blessed. Like the young lady said, she in Texas. Few of y'all in Texas. Y'all ain't stressed out like everybody else. It's uncomfortable, but you're not stressed out. It's other people that are stressed out and uncomfortable. You hear me? In real life. Because the Israelites went ahead and listened and did the things God said, gain all the knowledge while you over here. Understand how to make the tools, because you're going to need them when I take y'all up out of here and y'all go into Canaan. Oh my God. Another place where you didn't have to build nothing. And it's gold and treasure and food and vineyards and big old barrels under the ground in the wine cellar that y'all didn't have to mash and grow and ferment. You didn't have to go check the yeast on them or nothing. You're just going to be able to move on in fully furnished. Because ain't that what happened? They left Egypt where they was being abused. And then God gave them Canaan where everything was big. Like, it's like moving from the hood to the Hollywood Hills or to Star Island or living in the Macy's building in what is it, the Macy's building? Not Macy's building. What is it in Chicago? The Oprah, what is that building? She used to have a place in, what's it called? Trump, what is it? Not Trump Towers. What is it called over there? Where Oprah used to live in the high rise in Chicago. That was like the real nice area. What was it? Y'all know what it's called? Anybody in Chicago in here? Was it the Sears Tower? That's where she used to live. I know it was downtown somewhere. I don't really know the exact. Well, wherever it was, it's like going from the hood to that. I don't know what it's called. I just know she used to have a penthouse or something up there. I don't know what the building is called. Whatever it's called. Okay. My co-worker's son is in Houston. I told her about the emergency light bulbs and solar generators. She called him and he ordered it on the spot. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, thank you. This is the thing. I don't know what it's called, but whatever it is, God took them from a whole bunch of pain, but it was a learning season for them. Okay? Just like sometimes when you come out of something okay, I don't know. But sometimes when you come out of a rough situation, there's a transition period. But God, it is a serious stare downtown. Okay. But God has something great for you on the other side of that. And if the enemy knew what God was going to give you, who's ready for this? Show me your ear if you're listening. The enemy wouldn't let you leave. The enemy would not let you leave if he knew what God had intended for you. Do you think if the Pharaoh knew that they was going to inherit Canaan with a huge fortress around it and the tools and all of that stuff, do you think that they would have allowed them to leave? Now think about this. When Joshua and them went, wasn't it Joshua and them that went into Canaan? It was Joshua and them that went into Canaan, right? And some other folks, Joshua and the spies. And they said it take 2 men to carry a bushel of grapes. Egypt was abundant, but maybe not as abundant as Canaan. How big would a bushel of grapes have to be right now for 2 men to carry it? What our bushel or our, bundle of grapes look like, it took 2 men to carry one of those. So how big was it? Jane and the Giant Peach Big. Ooh, that's one of my favorite books. James and the Giant Peach. James and the Giant Peach. James and the Giant Peach. Oh, yeah. That was I read that book so many times when I was growing up. It's one of my favorite books. Yeah. You hear me? You hear me? So do you think the Egyptians would have let the Hebrews go if they knew that they were going to be living so abundantly? Now I'm going to say, he did. What's real crazy is this. It's some people in your life that have attached to you, and they know that when you leave them, you are going to do better. And that's exactly why, okay, they won't let you go. And they try to keep you under their thumb because they know that when you get out from their control, God has some things for you. Because sometimes God will show the enemy what he gonna do with you. Didn't they know somebody was coming that was gonna overtake them and free? And so he started trying to get rid of it before it even was a problem. Sometimes God show your enemy who you is before you even know. Remember I told y'all as a young person, I'm talking about underage pastors used to come for me. I used to be getting in trouble like grown people, and I ain't did nothing but talk to a person. Or by 10, I was calling out pastors like, hey, they not doing what they supposed to be doing over there, and still call them out 30 years later. Uh-huh. Come on. You hear me? You said this for me today. Well, understand. People see your potential. God allows them to see even when you don't know. I promise you that. Because now I know why so many leaders were always trying to get me knocked out the box. I didn't understand. If they couldn't befriend me and get me to control me, oh, they was pushing me out, baby. If I didn't fall, they not like you, Dad and Mark Kendrick. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. There's some people that's only holding on to you because they don't want you to see your dreams, and God has already showed them in their dreams what He's going to do for you, and they don't want it to come to pass. So seeing as how we've been on here 3 hours on about 12 verses, I'm going to go on and get out of here. But hopefully something was said today that helped you. I just got that song out of my head. Listen. Don't know how. You said at jobs in corporate, they do that too? They do. They absolutely do. Yeah. I'm going to run to the restroom. Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm hungry. I was only up about an hour and a half before I got on here with y'all. Maybe 2. I got to go eat. I ain't ate all day. Yeah. I'll be right back. And it's Friday. What's here? Sorry, y'all. I'll probably come back on a little bit later this evening. We definitely will. We definitely will. You telling my spiritual journey with someone I call a spiritual mother. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, which made me not even want to do ministry anymore. And Shirley tried to quit, but Dad was like, Listen, Mari, that's how I got over here. That's how I got over here. That's how I got over here. That's exactly how I got over here. And it's sad. It's like, it's not about you. Why are you trying to... That's why I told God, I do not want to minister in a church. I said, look, if you really called me, if this is what you want me to do, I just don't want to do it over there. Because they too busy. I saw a lady's TikTok. Hold on. She said, somebody sent this to me too. I don't exactly know who did it. I think they be taking videos out of my stuff. Okay.
Honey, I may have left the church, but you best believe I took the Lord with me. What I did leave behind is Brother Bobby and Sister Susie, who are more worried about what I got going on outside than what's in my heart. And I know that has nothing to do with the Lord. And I know that that's not everybody in the church. But if you think for 1 second that I'm going to sit in the house of God and worship with them kind of people, you've got it twisted. And if you think I'm going to raise my child in a church to where when she lays her head down at night that she prays and asks for forgiveness because she's afraid that if she don't make it through the night she's going to end up in hell, absolutely not. The Lord doesn't give the spirit of fear.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know about that. Because she do need to be asking God. No, wait a minute. Not that part. I don't agree with that part. You do need to teach your kids to pray. But because you can die in your sleep. And if you die in your sin, where you going? See, that's the scary part. But we just gonna keep that. Okay, I guess I didn't get that far. But anyway, it's the same thing. I don't want to be in there. You too worried about how I'm dressed and if I look like a Christian than if I'm really a Christian. And this is why, or a follower of Christ, or whatever you want to call it, this is why people be so upset because, right. With that, still, I mean, kids, what is SIDS? Tell me what SIDS is. What is dying of natural causes? You know when that's going to happen? Do you know when SIDS is going to happen? Do you know when dying of natural causes? It's 15, 17, 18, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds that go to sleep and don't ever wake up, and they wasn't on drugs or nothing. So you would definitely want to pray and teach your children to pray. Now, you don't have to say that now I lay me down to sleep. That's not the prayer that I pray. I taught my children to pray. I can't remember it all right now, but basically paraphrasing, God, forgive me for anything that I've done that's not like you. Lord, we ask for your beloved peaceful sleep, protection while we're asleep, and this, that, and the other. We didn't say that now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep it. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. We didn't say that. But we did pray a prayer of peace in our home, a peaceful sleep. Ask God to forgive us for what we've done to him and to other people. I did teach my children to pray because you don't know what's going to happen. You hear me? Plenty of people went to sleep, but they didn't wake up this morning. And that's all around the world. Whether you Christian, Buddhist, Tao, Satanist, or whatever. You hear me? Right. Something. There's a lot of people that went and had whole plans for today. And they didn't get to none of them. You understand? So you still gonna need to pray. But what she said about being in a church that ain't worried about Genesis 31. Okay. If you don't, I mean, you worried about how I look. You ain't worried about what's on the inside of my heart. You ain't worried about how I treat people, long as I look the part. And that be the problem. Because God said don't go off what you see. You need to try the spirit by the spirit for a reason. Anybody can act. People go to school to learn how to be somebody else. What does that mean? Nothing. My ex's brother passed the night of the storm in Houston. Nothing was wrong with him. Oh, okay. Pop up off the page. I'm sorry to hear that. You hear that? Angel said her ex's brother passed the night of the storm in Houston and nothing was wrong with him. Right? Ain't that crazy? I had my volume up and my husband said I heard CERCA in my soul. Hilarious. Yeah. You hear me? This is the thing. It's not about church, because in a minute, unless you're going to be going to the church of the Antichrist, it ain't even going to be none. You won't be able to worship God. No health problems. Come on. That part. That part. That part. So with that, understand that, one, everything happens for a reason. Two, it's probably to get you to your purpose. Three, God don't want you going in the wrong way, so he will do some stuff. Wow. You hear me? Your purpose. So what the Egyptians, moral of the story is, what the Egyptians didn't know is God already had a plan. And they were a part of God's plan. Also, they were going to pay the Israelites or the Hebrews. They were going to pay them for everything that they did to them. I'm going to say that again. God will allow people to mistreat you and then make them pay you for the way that they treated you. Restitution is real. You cause somebody else some pain, you're going to pay for it. You hear me? Yes? Okay. Y'all, I'm about to go find me some food. I love y'all. My stomach been growling for 3 hours. Going on 4 now. I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. My ex better be ready. No wonder he is apologizing. God beating up on his head already. Don't take long. You keep being forgiving. God will come on home. No, I'm just saying, listen. I don't got no reason to be mad at you. Just don't come talking to me. Leave me alone. Go over there. Because the moment I start forgiving you, God about to whop, 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 whop. You hear me? Whop, 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 whop. He about to whop on your head. Don't even worry about it. He said, those that do you wrong, they heap hot coals on their own head. Listen here. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I wish the best of the best of the best for you. You hear me? He about to whop on your head. Listen. I love you too. It's a real thing. Let them be mean and nasty, mistreat you, cut your hours. They gonna have to pay you. They gonna have to, listen. Listen. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna be hitting them with the chin shots. He gonna be hitting them in the throat, hitting them in the back of the knee, baby coming down on their head with the elbow. You don't gotta worry about it. And the crazy thing is, they'll be calling you to tell you about the pain that they going through, not realizing they did it to you. You got your 1-year-old niece over here talking about wow, wow, wow. Listen, my grandson be singing it too. I didn't even know. He knows all the words. Oh, Jesus. You said, and he does. Listen, that's why I be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Because I know the times I did people wrong, God was like, oh, yeah? He said, you ready? Square up. Come on. Take that protective gear off. Take it off. You ready? But remember the pain you caused on somebody else and you was picking on somebody that didn't have as much power as you. Come on in then. Come on. You ready? I'm going to let you put this grease on your face so you don't bruise up, so you don't look like what you've been through, but I'm about to tap dance on your head. Have you cried mercy in here? Tapping out. Can barely crawl. Okay? To hit the rope, to grab the rope, getting dragged back in like your head's going down, all you see is smoke. Okay. Sitting over there with knots and lumps all in the back and the front of your head. Lip busted, eye messed up. Talk about I fought a good fight. Good job. We'll have to trade harder next time to be. Watch out for that right hook. It's a doozy. You know what I said? Okay. Keep on wanting to mistreat people. I don't want to mistreat nobody. Listen. I do not want to. Do whatever you like. I won't be doing it. Whatever you like, I will not be doing any of it. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Have you looking like Mark? I'm trying to tell you, head all swelled up, pumpkin head on him. Holding you like this, walking around. Why you hitting yourself? Why you keep hitting yourself? Don't hit yourself anymore. Why you hitting yourself? No. Why you hitting yourself? Don't hit yourself anymore. Why are you hitting yourself? Because every time you do something to somebody else, you hitting yourself. Crazy. Using your whole own hand to... Don't believe me? Okay? All the trouble you was in, you didn't do it to yourself? I can honestly say, I know I did it to myself. God, hey, babe. God told me no. We was in the 9th chapter of Josephus. And I said, well, I think I'll go ahead and do it to myself. I'm going to go ahead. I like it. It's not painful now. I can take it. And by the end of it, nigga, you laid over the toilet like this. I can't believe it. But I can't believe they did it to me. I thought you was strong enough to handle it. Nigga done lost 40 pounds because you can't eat, can't sleep. Every time you think about it, you telling people you strong trying to hold your eyebrows up because the tears is about to fill up over your corneas. You hear me? Quit hitting yourself. Don't hit yourself. Why are you slapping yourself? Why are you punching yourself? Why are you pinching yourself? Why are you hurting yourself? You hear me? Why? Why are you hurting yourself? When you intentionally run to sin, You are putting yourself in the devil's arm, putting your hair right here. Because tell me he don't tell the stars and all the people, you did this to yourself. You know what you were getting into. You did it to yourself. When you deliberately sin, when you deliberately go transgress God's word, you are hurting and hitting and you hurting yourself. You said exactly. Coming out crazy as hell, looking like a lit cat. Listen. And it's literally in his contracts. Come on, it's not a game. It is not a game. So I love y'all. Hopefully you learned something today about yourself and others. I'm about to go find me some food. For real this time. See y'all later.